You've got a friend in
First, we got a
me.
review of Toy Story 5 for y'all.
To Karen Beverly to be your beloved bride.
Yeehaw! I now pronounce you husband and knife. Who poisoned the maid of honor?
Bonnie, there's a package for you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
Oh, extinction! Not again!
Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay.
I want to talk to you, device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin
Got
it.
it.
You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here, me and the toys have been working all summer.
Now in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan, al otro lado del
What?
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Jessie, hello?
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
We're down!
Tex invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jessie. Toys are for play.
And Jordan,
You've got a friend in me.
before you jump in with your thoughts and your feelings, I'd just like to bring the audience up to speed, uninterrupted if you will, about our feelings on this movie going into it. So, just for those of you all who are new, who haven't been here since the beginning, we have been covering this movie since it was first announced. That's how long we've been doing this. And we were cynical as shit going into it. Even on the way to the theater, Jordan was like, "Are you ready to see the worst Toy Story movie?" The echo is now back. I want to see if maybe hold on. I want to try something, Jordan. I want to try something. Turn that down a bit. Is that better?
You don't echo for me. So
We'll test it. It seems to be better. Nope, it's back. I don't know how to fix it. Anyway. Train of thought. Right. Going into this, we thought it was going to be bad, is the point. We thought for sure it would be bad. And,
or Pixar bad anyway.
yeah. We were like, there's no way that this isn't going to be the worst Toy Story movie. And so, Jordan, do you wish to tell the people what going? So that was our feelings and our thoughts going into this. Utter cynicism. Jordan, how did you feel about Toy Story 5?
So, okay. I do want to preface this with it could be because the bar was so low that it could only like a step over it. But I thought it did. I thought it was okay. So if you go into this movie expecting this to be more of the original, where it's like the Buzz and Woody show, you're going to be disappointed because it's not that.
It's not that.
If you go into this movie being like, okay, this is like the continuation of the Jessie Bonnie arc.
Yeah.
Then I think you're gonna get more out of it
But
that way.
I think it's so much deeper because okay. I mean, I buried the lead.
That's me. I'm reducting it, Justin, for the audience.
Okay.
Reducing it, reducting it,
reductioning
it,
making it easier. Bury the lead. I love this movie. I thought this movie was brilliant. I thought this movie was really good. I thought that this movie was
cute.
Better,
it was really cute.
Better than it has any right to be. I turned to Jordan as it was done. I said, it is cavernously better. Cavernously, is that the right word? Like a valley, like a canyon.
Leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds better than the previous one. Like by a substantial canyon. It is truly quite remarkable how much of a better movie
for
this
me
is.
That has everything to do with the fact that the fourth one had an identity issue. This one doesn't have this one doesn't have an identity issue. This one has a clear identity.
Well, I said to Jordan, every Toy Story movie is a reflection of getting older and growing up, right? The first one is they're all a reflection of getting older and growing up, and they're all a reflection of Andy's psyche, leading up to the third one, which is about letting go, moving on, accepting
Andy and Woody,
and passing to the next generation. The fourth one just kind of tells the same story that the third one told, so it doesn't really do anything different. It didn't have anything to say. This has so much to say. I've seen so many reviews that say that this is an important movie to watch, and I completely agree. I think this is an important movie to watch if you're a young parent navigating social media. I enjoyed. We're gonna spoil this. We're gonna jump around. There's no way to avoid it. So there is stuff to spoil. We're gonna spoil it. It's a great movie. Take your kids. Okay, there. That's the non-spoiler free version. That's all you're getting. But there's I appreciated that everyone has this all or nothing mentality when it comes to technology and AI and all that stuff. And I enjoyed how this subverted that. This doesn't go in the direction of the tablet is just bad. This doesn't go in the direction of tech is just bad. It goes in the direction of you need to talk to your kids and communicate with them. And it's just a tool. It's just a thing like any other thing. And it's about talking to your kids. And there's a scene later in this after I think they've talked about this publicly, so I don't think it's a huge spoiler. But a major component of this movie is Bonnie gets cyberbullied. And there's an important conversation between her and the mother that was real. It felt real. It felt like a real, authentic moment. And that teaching parents that that's the conversation they need to have with their kids, rather than this. And I think it's so important right now with this draconic nations, all these nations trying to blanketly ban social media amongst the youth. It ultimately is not working in Australia. The kids are getting at it anyway. But I think in a world where those kind of draconic bills exist, I think this movie needs to teach the important lesson that the thing itself is not bad. It's how you use it that's good or bad. And I think that is an important lesson to learn. And I think that is a lesson that can be learned from this.
So, for me, when it comes
Part one
to
of why I love this movie, there's more. I just want to let Jordan talk.
for me, when it comes to Pixar, Disney, those kind of movies, even DreamWorks, kids movies in general, we've said this before, and I believe that this is still true. There's two kinds of kids movies. There's the Minions, which is just dumb, stupid. You put it on, and it really doesn't.
Right, it's harmless, but it's just
harmless,
there to have
but
fun.
It's not
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah, it's not there to teach you a lesson.
I
think no, you had your turn.
I was just gonna add to what you're saying, like the Minions decorate, or there's a narrative device within the trailers that involve the Minions that's really stupid, and that's funny and harmless. So I'm like, you're right. There are the Minions. There's the Minion side, and then there's the continue.
Yeah, and so I also think that when it comes to kids movies, there are certain ones. I don't know how to articulate this, that transcend what they are.
Yeah.
And sure. I think this is one, and as soon as I watched this movie, and as soon as I saw how Bonnie,
Riley's the Inside Out one.
There's a reason why that one came to my mind. As soon as I saw how Bonnie was in this movie, I was like, they really learned a lot from Inside Out.
Yes, you said that. I completely agree. You're right.
Specifically, Inside Out 2.
Yes, completely.
And so the way that you worded it, where you were like, they chose the lily pad or whatever, isn't just straight evil. She reminded me of
anxiety.
From Anxiety.
I had that
from
thought
Inside
last night.
Inside Out 2.
Absolutely.
Where it's like the point that the movie is making is not that it's trying to do
what it
the
thinks
right
it's
thing,
right for Bonnie,
but it's not necessarily what is right.
Yes.
And so the lesson is very in many ways to me similar to the Inside Out 2 one.
Yes.
Where it's like it's about communicating with your kids and being there. It's as much a lesson for the parents that they know are watching it as it is for the kids that are also watching it. And I think it's important, like as we have movies like live action Moana coming out or Frozen 3. I think it's also important to have movies like this continue to come out where it's still Toy Story. It's still goofy and fun and like it has its really heartwarming moments. Spoiler alert, like the one where Jessie is at her old house or whatever. She goes to the tree where her and her kid used to play, and she finds out that her previous kid named her daughter after her, and there's the little like,
oh my god, that wrecked me. When she finds the time capsule in the
time capsule tree. Thank you.
Oh my god, and she named the kid Jessie. That fucking wrecked me.
Oh man, that I was like, man,
I was like, oh my god.
And there's a number of moments.
Oh my god, for me, there's I mean, want to talk about moments that got me. We already did your major spoiler warning at the beginning, so don't feel bad. But we're going to talk about the Army of Buzzes because I do have issues with the Army. We're going to talk about the bad.
It's not a perfect. It's not a perfect.
It's bad
movie.
stuff, but the moment, yeah, where the Jordan was like, the army of Buzz is gonna kill a small family. But there's a moment where like,
What I said technically was, if this were a different movie, then that army of buzzes would be about to murder that small family.
but there's a point where the two
And I'm
kids
not wrong.
are fighting over the Buzz, and they're hugging the Buzz, and the Buzzes go for the family, and the Buzz gives him a look like it shakes his head like no. That moment got me too. I got a little emotional because that I at the beginning of this movie, I was like, when this came out and the argument of tech versus toys, I was like, nothing will ever beat the tactile sensation of holding a thing that looks like the thing that you love. Like nothing will take that away. And at the end of this, there's a bit where an adult gets a Buzz Lightyear. And he looks just as happy as the children because nothing beats the tactile feeling of holding a toy, of playing with the toy. And I love how that's a theme in this. It's so
especially
brilliant.
an expensive ass toy like that.
Yeah, especially a wicked toy. Like
that would be an expensive toy.
Like the Tech Buzz Lightyears in this make me think of that fucking that Optimus Prime toy line where they can transform and talk
Absolutely.
to you. You go Optimus Prime, transform and roll out, and like, yeah, man, I'm a kid inside, and that looks fucking awesome.
That looks dope.
Like a screen is never gonna replicate that for me. But maybe it's because I'm old. I don't know. Maybe the kids these days are different.
Yeah,
but I just don't think they are. There's a reason why we still make toys.
Yeah, but I think like the idea in this one where it's like there can be a union between the two. The Buzzes are the union.
Yeah,
you've got the lily pad is the just straight tech. The toys are the toys, and the Buzzes are supposed to be the union between the two.
Well, okay. Negative.
I mean,
stuff.
in this interpretation of the script,
negative stuff because it does lead to the positive stuff that I love. Well, I guess we'll do the Conan O'Brien is phenomenal.
Before we do get to that, I want to. I think the reason why this one works better is because this fourth one was just, again, I call it the epilogue of the Woody saga, specifically the Woody saga, because it's like you had the first three movies, and then the end of the third movie, Woody learns to move on from Andy and go and be with Bonnie, and then like the fourth one exists just to be like, yeah, Woody isn't happy with Bonnie, and now he's gonna go be a free toy. It's really just his epilogue, so that we can then get to this one, which is as far as I'm concerned, the beginning of the Jessie saga.
Here's the thing, I don't. Okay, negative stuff.
And this one is stronger because it's now the Jessie saga.
That was a thought I had throughout this, was like, would this be better if this was Toy Story 4 instead? And I just don't think this would be as good without Toy Story 4. I think it's a much better movie than Toy Story 4, but I just don't think it would work if we jumped straight into Toy Story 4 and it's a Jessie movie and Woody is there. But maybe if he's just there in the room and he's a background character, maybe it would still work and you could still do all this stuff. But I just don't think the stuff between him and Buzz works without him having left. Like a lot
absolutely.
of this doesn't work quite as well. But also,
unless they had a thing at the end of the third one, or at the end of the third one where like they all go with Bonnie and he goes with Andy. Yeah, and then that's why he's off on his own.
But like, yeah, if Woody's been there the whole time and he's not just coming, it doesn't. So that's where I'm like, that's where Toy Story 4 needs to exist in order for this to work. In order for this to effectively be Jessie's story, the previous one has to be about it becoming Jessie's story, right?
Yes and no.
I don't know if we just leapt to this and now Jessie's in charge, if it would have the same emotional weight.
That's where it depends on how you end the third one. If you end the third one where there's a world for me where he keeps his family heirloom and he keeps Woody and only Woody.
I'm talking exactly the way it is. You're not changing Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 still ends the same way. We just Toy Story 4.
Well, then obviously no. There's no way it wouldn't be the same. You couldn't have all this growth development thing where Jessie becomes the sheriff off screen. It just doesn't work.
No, it wouldn't work, right? That's where I agree. I'm like, I don't think
I'm saying the only way that it works is if you have it where Woody goes off with Andy. Yeah, no, the rest of them stay with Bonnie.
I get
that's
that.
the only way that it works.
But I'm saying I did have that thought where I was like, I don't know if they're like if it's still maybe if he shuffles it. I know without him leaving, this doesn't.
No, Woody has to leave.
Yeah.
Woody has to leave in
In
order
order
for it to make sense for where she's at, where she's now become the leader of the
Yeah,
room. And
yeah,
that
absolutely.
that part can happen off screen if we've set it up in the last
Yeah.
movie.
And it
And
absolutely.
the only way you set it up in the last movie is if Woody is like, "I'm sorry, but this is a family heirloom. It's all I have left of my dad," or something like that, and he takes it with him. He takes Woody with him.
My other thing. Okay. I did say this on the way home, and this is often a thing with movies like this, with movies generally for me now, where I could, so because we do this, we knew that they announced way back at the beginning that the Buzz Lightyears were going to be the bad guys, like they were going to be the villains in this. It was going to be, as they put it, an army of evil Buzz Lightyears, and you can tell that this was two movies. This is two movies. At one point, it was a Woody Buzz thing, and Buzz was the lead character. And them fighting the army of evil Buzzes was the thing, because there's a bunch of like weird moments that happen towards the end that feel like they're from a different movie. And the beginning sequence,
It's sinister as hell.
Sinister as hell. It's every scene with them is sinister as hell.
Yeah, and that's why I made the joke
where they're just in love with. Yeah, that's why he made the joke that they're there to kill them, because they feel like they're the bad guys.
They're getting weapons, like they're picking up weapons as if they're gonna go and murder this small family.
Yeah, they feel, and Buzz and Woody and the rest of the toys are so separated from Jessie that it feels like this was a separate movie that got changed into a Jessie movie midstream for some reason. And like the ending,
it's not for some reason. It's because Lightyear failed.
You're right, absolutely. You know what? Now that you said that, that's completely true. I always thought that it was Toy Story 5 was made because Lightyear failed, but I think they were already making this.
I'm pretty sure they were already. Yeah, pretty sure they were already working on it.
I think you're right. I think
Buzz was going to be the villain. And they wanted to distance themselves from it.
Yes, you're right. That makes total sense, because he does get kind of shuffled into the background of this. Not quite as bad as he did in the fourth one, mind you, but he does get kind of shuffled.
I would argue it was just as bad as the fourth one.
Yeah, but at least this one gives it kind of a point, like he's a little bit insecure. I also like the fact
sure.
That
I don't love that though, because he wasn't. That was not his character.
Well, that does lead to like the theory of the world of Toy Story, where maybe the kids that play with them impact their personality, because I do think it's funny that for 4 movies there's never been one iota of platonic love between these characters, or of romantic love between these characters, but now that Bonnie is in a place of she's making these characters get married, now Buzz wants to get married to Jessie, and that is her personality imprinting on Buzz, and I like that. So maybe Buzz is more empathetic because she's a girl, like that I don't know if that is the thing, but I love the fact that could
I
be
don't
the
know
thing.
that I agree with that inherently, because like they had that whole subplot where Jessie definitely was into Buzz in the third one when he was Spanish and suave, and she definitely was.
I don't know. It was, but to me it feels like that's a boy's understanding of what women want. To me, I don't know. This had an air of like, now maybe Buzz is a bit more, but who knows? Maybe they're just like, after 5 movies.
I mean, you're talking about the same Buzz who was Mrs. Nesbit, so he was always.
I guess that's true. That is true. He was Mrs. Nesbit.
He was always in touch with his feminine side.
So this movie bifurcates into 2 sections. Yeah, it's Woody and Buzz, and they're up to shenanigans, and Woody fundamentally adds nothing to this movie. You could cut him out. Like, same thing with the Army of Buzzes. They don't really add anything. Like, at one point...
the Woody Buzz stuff is just there. Sorry to interrupt. The Woody Buzz stuff is just there because that's the Toy Story. That's the old Toy Story.
Absolutely.
They want to bring in all the old
like
us, basically.
But with the Woody Buzz thing, the Woody Buzz stuff, and at one point even turned to Jordan and I said, the Army of Buzzes has contributed nothing to this thus far, right? And Jordan went, yeah. But like all the best stuff is the Jessie. And so Jessie gets taken off to her old house, and all the best stuff is occurring with her, and Conan as Mr. Smarty Pants is a breakout character. Like, you will remember, I'm sorry, I love Duke Kaboom, but everyone's going to remember Smarty Pants way more than they will Duke Kaboom.
Probably.
The funniest part in this movie is when all the characters from Toy Story 4 fuck off. They're all just like, well, Buzz, you're dealing with a thing later.
Woody, you got this, right? And you want to help them?
And then the rest of them get put into a literal closet. But, like, yeah, you guys got it. Yeah, they're just like, you got this, right? Like, the funniest part is when the Key and Peele characters don't talk because they clearly couldn't get Key and Peele back. That was really funny. But But yeah,
I'm not really that sad about that.
all this stuff and right, all the tech characters are way better than all the characters from Toy Story 4. Like it's kind of like
The only one that I would say that was maybe was I thought I was actually pretty good from Toy Story 4 was the bad girl,
she's
what is she,
pretty alright.
Mabel
I mean,
or whatever.
I made fun of Duke Kaboom, but I love Duke Kaboom. But that's just because I love Keanu Reeves and how weirdly enthusiastic he is about being Duke Kaboom. He loves Duke Kaboom. Like there's a really funny video of him meeting a kid, and the kid's like here Keanu Reeves. He's like, yeah, do you like Duke Kaboom? It's like, really, not Neo? Duke Kaboom. That was the character that you asked him about. All right, Keanu, I respect it.
It's a little kid though. I mean, he wouldn't have seen The Matrix.
I mean, he was like 10. His dad
Probably
wouldn't.
wouldn't. Probably wouldn't have seen The Matrix. Might have seen scenes from it. But anyways, off topic. No, yeah, so this movie surprised me with how much I liked it. There's a lot of callbacks too, like the fact that the major score of the movie is When Somebody Loved Me.
Yeah, most of the score is When Somebody Loved Me. Incredible. It's incredible. The ending, the little ending piece, so good. Like really genuinely good. So good.
When she's like, I've had 3 different kids love me, and she looks at the bottom of her boot which says Bonnie. She looks at Bullseye's feet which say Andy, and then she looks at her little lapel or whatever which has the first one, and I'm like, oh man, like there's a lot of, and I don't know if it's because they're playing on the idea of getting older, and that always, as a person who's constantly getting older, that constantly plays at my emotions. That's why Toy Story 3 works so well for me.
All the first 3 are about that. They're all about transitionary different times in your life.
I know, and I'm saying that the fourth one wasn't.
The fourth one wasn't. That's why it's the weakest one. This one is. This one very much is about a transitionary part in not even just in a kid's life, but in the world. Like we're in a transitionary part of the world, and it's about dealing with that. It has themes and ideas and concepts and things to say. It has something to say. And like, my God, the trailers did not do this any favors. Like, it did not make this look good. None of the marketing has made this look as good as it is. Like, I had no clue that they were going, like, Smarty Pants and the Tech Gang are like not even really in the marketing all that much. Like, it's mostly just really
which one could argue that's maybe a good thing.
Yeah, you're right. I think maybe it is to the movie's benefit, but like a great deal of it is fixated on Woody and Buzz, and they're such a small part of this, and it makes the movie better. And it's one of those I could see why people would. I thought for sure I was going to be in the small minority of like 3 reviewers who hated this, but it's new, it's unique, it's doing something different. It's not doing the same thing. It's exactly everything I asked this movie to be. And that felt weird for me, where I was like, man, this is doing everything I said it needed to do to be a good movie. And then it did it. It felt like I know they did, but it kind of felt like someone from Pixar was just watched our videos and
trolling through podcasts looking for ideas.
Yeah, it just took notes, because so much of this is better than it should be. Like I've never been so happy to be wrong about something. But it's hard, but it's also like what we said about Steven Spielberg, where it's Pixar. Like, this is the standard. This is the standard I hold them to. I don't hold them to Cars 1 or Cars 2, or I don't hold them to.
I hold them to Toy Story 3.
I hold them to Toy Story 3, and this is Toy Story 3 level. Like, this is
I would say so.
Good. Yes.
But again,
absolutely.
to me, that's because, and I'm going to continue to harp and point to this fact of the reason why this one is stronger is because of it doesn't focus on Woody. Woody didn't need to be in this movie, and I maintain Woody shouldn't have been in this movie.
He's like a
I think it would have made his impact coming back stronger if he wasn't in this one, but he came back in the next one for something
lots of people
big.
Say that. I do think he's in this the correct amount. I think that he's not the focus, and I do think that he does get peppered on in a way that works for me. If it was any more, it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work for me. If it was less, it would work for me better. But
for me, every joke they make with him just made me roll my eyes.
Oh no,
the bald
I hate
spot
it.
made me roll my eyes. The punch,
the bald spot jokes got old. Like, just like they looked like they were gonna in the trailer. The jokes about him being old. He was old in the first ones. Like, he was old back then too. So is Jessie. Jessie is also old. Like, they're old toys. Like that. it doesn't. Yeah, those jokes don't really work. But it's the emotional stuff that works in this. Like all of the emotional stuff works in this.
Yeah, like I got a little bit like ooh, like that made me feel feelings when Buzz was like, Bonnie gets to choose who the best man is, but if I had my choice, like it would be you. And
Yeah.
like Woody in the movie gets like emotional, and I'm like, oh, that got me emotional.
When he leaves and like he's like, Jesse, you got this at the end. That kind of I was like, oh, okay, and I'm feeling feelings. I don't disagree with you that yes, he doesn't need to be in this. It doesn't really serve anything for him to be in this.
He doesn't really add anything.
The only reason he's in this beyond the obviously marketing component and the selling toys component, now they can sell Poncho Woody, is without him, who's Buzz gonna bounce off of when he's in his parts? When Jesse gets separated, what's Buzz gonna do? Like that's why he's there.
Oh, I mean,
otherwise,
well,
who does Buzz hang out with? Nobody.
Well, I mean, no. What I would have done if I was them, there's two things you could have done. One, I would have hated, but I would have understood. And two, I would have also been like, oh, of course they did that, but it would have been better, in my opinion. Is number one, Forky. Sporky, whatever. You have Sporky be the one, and I would have hated that, but you easily could have done that. But no, practically what I would have had them do is one of two sub ideas. Either you bring in a different toy in general, like a new toy, and have it fill the role, and then that way, I mean, from their point of view, they get to sell new toys.
Yeah.
And I either would have had it be another guy who is like they're much like Buzz and Woody were in the first ones. They're rivals, where they both
might as well bring back Woody.
Where they both, yeah, but it doesn't make sense to bring back Woody. But like where they're both after Jesse's affections or whatever. Yeah. Either that, or you bring in a new girl character who is Jesse's competition for.
No interest in that. No interest in that. Nah.
It would have been better than bringing back Woody.
No, completely. No, wouldn't have. There's too many moments. There's too many moments in this that are enhanced by it being Woody that just.
No, it would have been better without Woody.
It would have been.
I maintain that.
It would have been a way more disposable. Yeah, I just don't think. But what I mean,
either that or like you bounce him against like Potato Head or one of the already established ones. But
no, he wouldn't have. The chemistry. It wouldn't have worked. But I do think that he should have been kept out of the marketing. I don't think he should be in the marketing at all, because I would say that like him being in this, I hate it when movies play something like it's supposed to be a twist, and then all the marketing ruins it. So like the bit where she goes to use the walkie-talkie, had we not known that Woody was in it, would have been a great twist. But oh shit, is that Woody? That would have been. I mean, to be fair, the internet would have spoiled the crap out of it, which is probably why. But I just think like if it were more of a secret that Woody was in this and there was actually something worth spoiling, I guess, then it might have been more effective. But yeah, I do think he's in this the correct amount. Like he's in this as much as he needs to be, and he's not in it more than he should be. I
think he's in it too much.
He doesn't overtake anything. He's very much as much as Buzz is a secondary character, he's a secondary character, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that he's potatoes.
Yeah, it's one of those like if he has to be in it, they did the correct thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those situations, but I just don't think he should have been in it.
He has to be in it, and thus they did the correct thing. Is how I would phrase it.
But I don't think he should be in it. That's my ultimate summation.
But no, it's again better than it has any right to be. Like I found myself I got so emotional so much more in this one than I did the last one, and I found myself being so many times being like,
because with the fourth one with the third one we already did the goodbye thing when it kind of came to Woody and all that. This doesn't
do that.
So then to like have that be a thing again in the fourth,
we're gonna turn this on off a little bit frequently.
Just undercut it.
Yeah.
But whereas this one doesn't even really, it more, this one is less about saying goodbye to Bonnie literally, and more just about like the Jessie kind of coming to terms with it's not my fault that they get old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have to. I have to. But I do think giving Jessie a legacy of like but it does kind of undercut the Toy Story 2 a little bit in the sense like, well, if she had that much of an emotional impact on her, why did she give her away? But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything.
I mean,
else.
because she was a teenager, it's one of those like clearly. I think the idea is supposed to be that yeah, maybe at that point in her time she didn't need Jessie anymore, but she clearly had a big impact, which is why she named her kid after the toy.
True. But definitely seemed to be resonating with the families in our audience. I gotta say, our families were cool. That was cool. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to end on. My first story for the news. It's a good note to end Toy Story on. Which is that it was for Toy Story 6, according to comingsoon.net, for Toy Story 6, they need to do this one thing in order to the Toy Story 6 needs to get back to basics if it's happening. And they're like, we need to pull Woody to the forefront. You're wrong.
No,
You're just objectively incorrect. You are very incorrect, like embarrassingly incorrect. That is the thing that makes Toy Story 5 good is it's
de-emphasizing
Woody and Buzz to an extent, and focusing on Jessie. The way she interacts with not even just like a situation, but characters. Her approach to interacting with characters is different, and it makes the movie feel different and unique. And in the fifth installment, you need that. If we go back to it being about Woody and Buzz, I'm gonna put a gun in my mouth. I'm kidding. We're Canadian. We don't have guns.
No, I mean, okay. No, I don't think that the point. I mean, okay, how do I say this?
Woody shouldn't be in the next one either.
No, I mean, unless it's not. There's two answers for me for this. If you're gonna have the story be about like Bonnie again and like the toys in the room, no more Woody.
No more Woody.
Like no more Woody. He's moved on. He's out in the world. You already brought him back once. If you keep bringing him back, why did he leave?
I mean, I don't.
For me. No, let me finish. For me, that's where I stand on that.
He likes being free range, baby. That's why he's.
Yeah, no, Woody can't keep coming back to solve all our problems.
But he doesn't solve the problem. That's kind of the point
I'm talking
of
the
this.
studio's problems.
Oh, okay. Well, then I got it. The movie doesn't solve the problem. That's kind of.
No, like the only way for me you bring Woody back is if it's his movie. So if we're getting a movie where it's about him and Bo Peep out in the world saving toys,
that'd be kind of a fun
like
movie.
there's some other story you can tell with him where it's now from his perspective, and we don't see the toys from the room.
I'd be okay with we do a Woody Buzz road trip movie and we don't call it Toy Story and it's a Woody Buzz movie. I'd be okay with that. I like Woody and Buzz.
No, Buzz can't be there.
Well, hey, you involve. It's still.
Oh no! Actually, I can conceive of. Actually, this would be amazing. So hear me out. No. Hear me out.
Toys.
I have the greatest movie idea that will never happen. Okay. So, movie begins. It's. I don't know. I don't have all the I have a loose idea here, but for whatever reason, Bonnie's family is moving to San Francisco. And Buzz gets left behind. So he has to contact Woody, and Woody and Bo Peep and them have to get Buzz across America from whatever state they were in to and it's a buddy road trip movie. Has to get him to Los Angeles, and then at the end of the movie, we have the scene where Buzz finally gets back to Bonnie and them, and we see a scene where it's Bonnie. And she's at the same school as Riley.
Oh snap!
And it's setting up the next movie, which is an Inside Out Toy Story crossover.
Oh snap! Who would have seen that coming? Big twist. I'm down.
I'm just saying it would be kind of amazing.
But yes, I know, man. I know. I wasn't expecting to be saying this, but take your kids to Toy Story 5. It's honestly pretty good. Yeah.
And then tell them that you like my story idea so we can get that movie.
Yeah. Tell Disney. Tell Disney. Join the news. Hey everybody, it's Endcard Justin here, and yeah, we were pleasantly incorrect. We quite enjoyed this movie. But let me know what you thought of it down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full podcast, that this is from our episode about musicians, you can click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, you can click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out too. We'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.